welcome to the Otters Den. Grab your Hello and welcome to the Otters Den. Grab your favorite beverage and snacks. Grab
These videos, I tell you what, it's still playing. I can hear it in the background. It's
like my door opening, over here with, and then things after you left, things were falling and rustling on the wall. So, hey, I just said, hey, fuck off. I don't know. Things and stuff.
whenever I say something or you say something, it comes up about 20 seconds later and repeats. You're not hearing that.
Nope.
No. Do you have your Facebook open?
Oh, wait. Maybe I do.
Let's debunk. See, we debunk things.
YouTube.
We debunk things. See?
I had a blonde moment. I'm sorry, people. Welcome to the Otters Den, where I don't know what the hell I'm doing. In the most wondrous way.
Things happen. I'm just sharing us out.
Hey, how you doing, man? Thanks for dropping on. Yep, debunked. I had an ID10T problem. I got to get shared out too here.
See what happens, people? We can't leave Keith alone.
No.
He starts hearing things.
Where the hell is the share button?
So,
yes.
I know how my past couple of weeks have been. They've been crazy.
Yes, because you've had a lot of
Moving
words
parts.
that a lot of people don't like. Change.
Everything. Change. Change is not a bad thing, though. No, I do not mind change. It's terrifying, but yet exciting. I just have to make up my mind to do it. And once I make up my mind that this is going to happen, it happens. But until then, I mean, I will sit on the pot and not shit. I'm not going to lie. You know, I'm pretty stubborn in that area. I roll it over in my head 50 million times, and then I'll make the choice. It's either that or I make it right away, right?
Yeah.
Like
some
we're doing.
people just like treat it like a Band-Aid and just rip it off, and then I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna deal. Like, okay, I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna deal.
Yeah, I was caught in probably between with the decision for change and everything else. But so far, it's been full of change. I don't like full of change. Just not that everything's been bad. You know, we've had some hiccups, but for the most part, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the change.
That's good. You know, and change isn't always permanent either, because we've talked about that too. You know, you may have changed for that moment, that second, that, you know, whatever time period it is. I mean, like we said, you could be there for 6 months and be back.
Yep.
So,
well, and you know, and traveling back and forth is what, you know, I guess we do, honey. That's what we do.
you know, you're nomads. That's all.
We are. And you know, it's cool though. It's cool to be a nomad like this. it does. It can be difficult and stressful during the transition periods. But once you transition, man, there's so many cool things to see. There's so many cool things to do. You learn a different area. I don't know. Everybody that I've met so far here has been absolutely warm, loving, and welcoming, unlike another 4-letter state that we traveled through.
Yeah.
These people seem to be pleasantly different. Had some issues, and the plumber, the septic guys were like, "Hey, listen, we run a church league or church, youth group down the street. Come over, hang out." And I was like, "Wow, that's awesome. Thanks." So I mean, welcome home. I think that was a sign too. That I am where I'm supposed to be right now. Just the whole family though is changing. The whole family. Everybody's making big moves. So change though.
Yeah.
Don't fight it.
Yeah, because I mean, if you start fighting it, it just. I've always said it makes things worse, and I'm one to talk about it because I'm sure somebody somewhere will text me after or watch this and comment after and say, "Well, you don't deal well with change." I said, "I don't deal well with change." Yes, that's normal. I'll go with it, kicking and screaming. Sometimes, I guess it depends upon situation, but then sometimes change is absolutely needed, and then I won't budge when things have to change.
Right.
So
I get stuck. I get stuck, and then this is what I have to do. This is what I have going on. I don't think I can do this right now. There's so much on my plate. Like, how can I possibly add this to my plate? And then it's, what? I have the ability to take a deep breath. I have the ability to walk away and say, come back to the project and come back refreshed, renewed. And, remodeling your home is never an easy feat, and it doesn't happen just like that. So taking a step back and taking a deep breath, saving some money, and going at it again is always a positive thing.
Well, that, and you take the step back and you walk away from any kind of project, meaning home repair, car, writing a book, writing a screenplay, like whatever it is. Taking a step back, sometimes you need to get a new perspective, because if you're looking at it just like a straight line, A to B, and it's sometimes that straight line isn't, you're not seeing the whole picture. You're not getting the whole picture. So sometimes you got to and here's the song, "The Long Way Home." See, like there, so you got to take the long way around.
You come up to that fork, and either you continue on the path that you're going, or you take a side street. And it's okay to take that side street. It really is. Take that breather.
Change does a lot good, after everybody gets over the fear and the scariness of it, and you get to see, like, oh, you know what? I'm glad that like in your case, I'm glad I got out of the house. I get to give myself a mental break from that house and whatever project that was going, just like,
well, and
time.
And I don't give a shit who I offend right now. And it won't be any of our listeners, but if somebody catches this, I am absolutely happy that we moved out of that house at the time that we did. My health was once again declining fast. We couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. Excuse my French. We do have a ticker. And I'm sitting there and I'm suffocating, right? And I'm about ready to sit in that house without my significant other and come across a post. If I would to have stayed there, come across a post, and that would have put me into another complete panic. And instead, I chose to do the change. And on the drive, my biggest confirmation was this. My water tested 40% higher with uranium than what is allotted. And a lot of people don't know uranium. You can't boil out uranium. You know, you just make more. So anytime I was drinking my coffee, anytime I was cooking, anytime I had a glass of water, anything, even if it was filtered, because we use filtered, you cannot filter that out. No. So now I'm living in a place where hopefully the water is a lot safer to drink. And I've already noticed some healthy changes inside of myself just being here for the short period of time. But I have 200 days to work this out of my system. So, you know, sometimes change is for a purpose. Sometimes God puts that in your path and you need to take it because you don't know what's coming around the corner. Everything happens for a reason.
Yes, I forgot I muted my mic.
Yes.
Yeah, we may not know what that reason is at that time. It may seem like we're going through absolute hell at that time, but 3 months down the road, oh, this is why. This is cool. Yay, thank you.
Yeah. And sometimes also, too, in those changes, lessons are either being taught or lessons are being shown.
Yeah. I've been through a lot of change in the last 6 years, 7 years.
Yep.
And did I fight it? Yeah. Did I kick and scream? Yeah. Did I bitch the whole time? Yeah. But you know what? I'm a lot better off than I was. I'm a lot better person than I was. And I'm happier than I was. And I'm grateful that everything happened that happened.
I mean, and to quote a former wise teacher, you're supposed to try and be a better version of yourself that you were yesterday.
You changed.
You know what I mean? You're supposed to. It's like I listened and learned things.
I'm proud of you.
I'm so surprised at myself.
It's like one person looking at the other person. You've changed. You're supposed to.
Yeah. And then everybody, I mean, and isn't it scientifically proven? Like every, what is it? They say every 8 years, 10 years, 3 years? I don't know, somewhere a number. I never claim to know everything, but I know that there was a study that you change every, I want to say
7 years.
I think.
Every 7 years.
Every 7 years, like you get different tastes. Like you get different tastes, you get different likes, you get like
different allergies.
Different food, different people, I mean,
you have to get on my son said this. I have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've always tried to teach my kids. You can't just sit in one place and expect to be comfortable. You can't just sit in one place and expect nothing to fucking change around you. That's not realistic. Yeah. Life goes on, the world spins, and things change. You change your underwear every day. You know, are you gonna sit in your same shitty underwear that you've been sitting in for the past, year? Or are you gonna get out of those shitty underwear and you're gonna put on a fresh pair,
After taking the shower.
Right. But I mean, seriously, you got to get uncomfortable. You may not like to get naked, but you know what? You got to get naked to change that underwear, right? So,
and here's something I've noticed. I've been studying a lot on my ADHD, and it takes an act of Congress to get me in the shower. Not gonna lie. To a normal individual over here, that is one step. You're taking a shower. Me? No. I got to get up off the couch. I got to go upstairs. I have to go in my bedroom and pick out what clothes I want to put on. Then I have to go in and make sure I got fresh towels. Then I got to make sure the shower's clean. Then I got to turn the water on. Let it, the hot water come through. Then I got to adjust the water. Then I got to take the clothes off that I got on. Then I got to get in the shower. Then when I get in the shower, everything disappears. All I have is the hot water flowing over my body, making my neck feel better, my shoulder feel better, and I don't want to get out. I bought a bigger hot water heater than I had just so I could stay in the shower longer once I finally get my butt into it. Okay. But then,
same thing.
Then there's washing. It's a step. Everything. And then you have to shut the water off. That's another step. You have to force yourself to shut the water off.
Yeah.
Then dry off. Then get dressed. Then it's overwhelming for this to go take a shower. And I'm not even going to get started on doing dishes. Not even going to get started on that one.
My everything shower is like 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Right.
I am not one of those women that can stay. If I'm standing in the shower for a long period of time, Jesse comes and checks on me. He's like, "Are you okay? Are you breathing? Did you fall?" You know, like, and then it's what hurts because I don't stand in the shower.
Yep.
Yeah. At work, I work in a lead factory. I make lead battery terminals. You have to shower before you leave. I have this allotted amount of time to shower and get clocked out on time. So I have to get in, out.
You get paid for washing your ass and you're
correct.
That's it.
But it's still.
It's like shitting on company time.
Hits. I do that too. But it still hits. But I keep telling myself, okay, one more thing to do before you can go home. One more thing. Okay, you dry off, get dressed, you're out of here. I just keep telling myself, you're good, and I'm out. And I get in the truck, I'm just like, oh. And I got to sit there for a minute, and that's okay. But I'm working on myself. I'm noticing things. I'm finally starting to understand why these things have been bothering me all my life, and I didn't understand them. Guess what? Change. I've allowed myself to study myself so I know why things change.
Well, usually when you put your hand on yourself, in a specific area, things tend to change, and you learn new things about yourself.
We got Tigger. Hand check.
I am sitting here. You want to talk about change? I have 3 goldfish. And this big goldfish does not like change. My light broke on transit. So get a new light. Okay. And the only light we can find is a black light. So I buy glowing stones. This goldfish does not like the glowing stones. He bats them to the other side of the fish tank, piles them up in a pile. And now Jesse thinks it's funny to take the stones and to scatter the stones back across the fish tank to piss off the big goldfish.
It's true. I saw it. She showed me before the show.
It's bad. It's bad. I have never seen a goldfish throw a tinny tantrum, but when he throws a tinny tantrum, he throws a tinny tantrum. He gets that tail going. He gets the sand going. He gets the rocks going. This morning, all I heard on the side of the fish tank was clink, 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 as he's like batting all the stones into one area.
Maybe he doesn't like the stones. Maybe there's something wrong with the stones.
They glow. It's only the glow.
They're different. It's change.
They're different. Yeah, it's different. It's change. You don't like it.
The goldfish is fighting the change, and the other fish are accepting the change.
Whoever said goldfish are stupid, they aren't.
No, they're not.
They aren't.
Some of them are. I've had some stupid fish.
So we're pulling a Nemo. They're trying to escape. They put a rock in the bubbler.
A rock into the filter so that the algae will grow.
Shark bait. Hoo ha ha. I had to lighten the mood. I'm sorry. No, Change though is serious. It's necessary. Our bodies change. We change. We grow older. We change. Change is just a natural part of life. The minute you stop changing is the minute you stop learning. It's the minute you stop growing. It's the minute you stop breathing. It's the minute you stop living.
That.
I don't give a shit. I don't know how many times I've heard somebody go, I'm this old and I can't rebuild my life. How many times have you rebuilt it?
Oh my gosh. How many times? I mean, let's just bring it back to us as a nation. How many fucking times have we rebuilt ourselves?
Yeah.
The United States.
Great.
You know what I mean? That's when they say, "Oh, I can't. I'm too old, and I can't do this, and I can't do that." And that's when I go, "You're in your mind, and that's all a mindset.
You're choosing."
Mm-hmm. You're choosing. Mm-hmm.
You're choosing.
I choose not to act like a child in to act like a child in public with Jesse. If the kids are not around, I am the child. Okay, I am the one that is out to embarrass him. I am the one that is choosing not to act like my age.
I will do the same thing to my kids in Walmart.
Yeah, like I choose not to be my age. I think I'm a pretty cool grandma. I don't necessarily act like a grandma. Like, just go make some cookies, sweetie. No. Let's go explore some caves.
I would love to go explore some caves. I want to go.
I bet you would. It's a long time, huh? It's been a long time.
What? I didn't hear you.
So I bet you would like to go explore some caves. It's been a long time.
That's not even right. You're going to hurt my feel bad.
My feel bads. That's new.
That's okay. I just taught Keith my new word before the show. I'll have to tell you after the show. It's definitely not appropriate for anything.
We got it thicker.
Yeah, no, we're not saying the word.
Okay. All right.
You laughed.
That's right. Never mind. You're right.
Yeah.
It clicked. We're not saying that word.
As long as it's not moist.
Moist cave. Caves are moist. Well, they are. A lot of them got water in them.
What comes before your dreaded word? Do you know? You just replace it the next letter. Are you okay with loist, noist, coist, toist? Like, we gotta change this. Like,
What you have for breakfast? I'm having some toast.
Some moist.
101.
Anyway. But change. And here's the thing, like, and just because this is how my brain thinks, and we're talking about change, there, like, the two main things is like accidental change, right? Like, it's like
we don't see ourselves changing. We don't see the change.
Or it's like accidental change. Like, hey, I felt like going and getting my hair cut today, and then it's like, oh shit, like I accidentally changed myself when I really shouldn't have. I was like, maybe that haircut wasn't a good thing. Maybe I shouldn't have cut bangs when I didn't need bangs, or maybe I'm gonna go for a little pixie cut, and it's like, no,
no
that's because it still leaves, it still leaves your inner, your core of your identity. It's still like hair shouldn't define you, or in that case,
it's just an aspect.
And then there's substantial change, which is, let's bring it down to like everybody something that would understand. So Keith, when he has a fire, right? So what does that wood turn into? Like, that wood turns into ash, but there's also intentions of things put into that fire to get rid of, to cut cords, or to just get rid of things and away. So it's like, so yes, there's that substantial change where it's actually you're transforming something into something totally different.
A lot of the wood that I took out of here I actually put into my fire pit out back to finish the burn.
Yep.
I just felt that it needed to finish burning. And that took a while before I could even go out back and light a fire. I did not like fire for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, one day, I'm like, you know what? It's time. So I just got up and I did it. I accepted the change. And when I did, I got myself back. My whole world changed that day. I walked away with a shirt on my back. Mm-hmm. And everybody, well, not everybody, but certain people told me that you can't rebuild your own house. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't rebuild your house and have a garden at the same time. You can't get another child. You can't do this. Well, guess what? My child's out back in the fence. Across from that fence is my huge garden. I'm sitting in my house that I rebuilt with these, not knowing how to do it, but I figured it out. See, that's one thing I told myself.
And not only, you got a black cat.
Yes. Every witch has to have a black cat. But I told myself, this is what I always tell myself. Okay, I walked in here. How the hell am I going to do this? And I told myself, you know what? I don't know, but I'll figure it out. And I just started. And I took notes and I reverse engineered. I looked at how it was put together, how the framing ran and everything. And I was able to rebuild it in the same manner, only safer and stronger. Mm-hmm. So, ta-da, bitches. Just the same.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking to right there.
Yeah.
My job. I quit my job while I was trying to rebuild this against somebody else's wishes because I was the only one supporting the household. After 25 years, I had enough. After the fire, I couldn't take it. And for my own mental health, I quit my job. Did I know how I was going to survive? No. But I got out there. I beat on doors. I filled out applications. And Spirit said, no, this one's not quite right for you. This one's not quite right for you. And then all of a sudden, one day, one of the city councilmen who I was on city council with calls me up. Hey, you got an O2 sensor socket? It's got to be a special one. It's like this. I'm like, yeah, I got it. Come on over. And we started talking. I'm showing him the house. He's like, holy shit. And, I'm telling him about, quit my job and getting scammed. And he's like, come work for me. Okay.
Yeah.
I put out to Spirit, hey, I am willing to accept the right job for me. And I got the job. And the job I got was in the shop and it was okay for me, but it wasn't exactly right. And then I'm looking for something else elsewhere. Mm-hmm. But I told Spirit, hey, I'm open to this, but while I keep my current job, have no income again. And all of a sudden, this opportunity opens up in the lead department. Hey, take a walk with me. This is what we do over here. You interested? Give me a week to think about it. Yes. After the next week in the shop, hey, yeah, I'll take it. And I'm good. So I stepped out of my comfort zone many, many times during that little story. Mm-hmm. I have a habit of once I get set, I don't move. Okay, I got a job. That's it. 25 years, putting up with bullshit. Can't do it anymore. So I really have to be pushed in order to step out of my comfort zone. And sometimes I push myself. And that's what I need to do is push myself.
And if we want to really look at this new job and lead, think about what you're around. You're around lead. Yes. Is it very dangerous, very toxic, and very not a great thing to be around? But you have to look at the metaphysic parts of lead. Lead's dense. It's a grounding material. It's also right. Lead is associated with discipline and protection and the foundational building block of your spiritual transformation.
But I'm also doing heavy metal detoxes.
Yep.
Which I've never done before. Again, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone for my health. Which reminded me, I got to take my binder.
That's why it's like, it's. I always tend to look at something, and I always try to find some I always try to find some metaphysical positive attribute to something that could be perceived as something negative. Like I always try to find that one thing, so then people are like, "Oh, I get it."
Yeah, and during any change you go through, it can seem very negative at the time, but down the road a little bit, a week, a month, 3 months, a year, you're going to figure out why that change happened, and then you're going to see that change as a blessing.
Yeah,
I have a lot of blessings here, sitting right here in this chair. I have so many blessings right here. You two are two of them. Just saying.
Change leads to a lot of things. Breaking of old habits.
Yeah.
Change could lead into a new way of protection. Change could lead into a new way of defense against
dark arts
and shit being thrown. Your change could, and I mean, I know this is a word everybody, it's so cliche now, and it's so TikTok-y and everything else. I mean, change eventually leads to shadow work,
which leads to healing yourself.
Yeah.
If you allow yourself to make the changes.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is I just saw a gnat fly across Jan's screen into my screen, and then it just buzzed my face. So we're going to take care of that here in just a few minutes.
Oh.
But Jan, I'm going to throw you on the bus, Jan. Jan had to accept some change. When we first met, I had to accept the fact whether or not I was going to step out of my comfort zone. Because I heard some crazy ass shit from a client. And I really had to look and ask spirit, okay, that's all real. But yeah, let's do this. Can I do this? I don't know, but I'll figure it out. So I asked for some help from above and from below, and we figured it out. And both of our lives have gotten better because of it. Is that about short story?
Yeah. I was actually gonna step into that. I mean, and you have changed that you don't necessarily put upon yourself. And I'm sitting here, and you're talking about the house and everything else, and all the changes that you went through, and it came out of tragedy, right? Change out of tragedy. And as you're talking about this, I'm looking at that face right there. And that was my change. I was comfortable. I had a great life. I ranted about it the other night to Keith. He showed me his pickles, and I had to show him mine.
Dill pickles.
Dill pickles, people. Dill pickles.
Yeah.
From the garden. I actually made dill pickles from the cucumbers from the dill that I grew.
Dill pickles that are changed into dill pickles from cucumbers, people. Just
yes.
Right. That. Changed. I had the perfect life, and I was telling Keith, like every weekend the house was always hopping. It was always busy. There was always somebody coming over. It was just, and it wasn't that it was the party house. It was the farm that you came to just escape. You would turn right into the driveway off the highway. You'd pull between the trees, and all of a sudden you're in a different world. The picture perfect farm Victorian house, Mennonite built, with this perfect barn and perfect lot. And it was perfect, at least for me. That was my dream, right? That was my goal in life was to have that. And I had it. And I live. What did I say to you, Keith? I might have to look it up. I said something on the lines of, I lived 8 lifetimes more than what people live in their 8 lifetimes as a whole in those few years, right?
Yeah.
I packed so much love, so much chaos, and I never wanted that to end. I didn't want it to change. September, 9 years ago, it changed. I lost that precious soul. Okay. And everything changed. I knew in that split moment that there was nothing that I could do to prevent the changes that were coming. I knew in that moment when I found him and I held him and I said, oh no, oh no. I wasn't saying, oh no, because he was gone. I was saying, oh no, because of the effects that it was going to happen. I knew at that point, everything
It's going to change.
that I loved was dead. From even though they're still living and breathing, but his siblings are dead. They've got to find a new them now, and that's a huge change. I have to identify myself different now. I am now for the rest of my life, and no matter what anybody says, I am a grieving mother. I will grieve every day of my life.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I have to accept that about me. I had to accept that I was pregnant, which I had already accepted, but I had to accept the fact that she would never know her brother. I had to accept that I knew that I was going to lose the farm and that I was not going to be the same person ever again. Out of that change, I made a 2,000-mile move. I lost everything that I knew, and I continued to lose. Everything continued to change. And Jesse will tell you, I fought it. Tooth and nail. I don't want things to change. I just want to hold on to what I have, right?
It's okay.
And then it was just gone. The life was just gone. Nothing I could do to stop it. And looking back, it was very selfish for me to try to stop it. It was very self-preserving, right? And it got me out of the poof, it's gone, got me out of a lot. It had me open up my eyes. And this is about the time that Keith met me. And I had to come to some hard truths about my mother. I had to come to hard truth about my sister. I had to come to hard truth about my husband at the time. And I had to change. I couldn't do what they did. I couldn't be a part of what they were a part of. I did not want anything to do with it because it wasn't me. So you know what? There was a huge change. I cut off every single one of my family members. Energetically, mentally, emotionally. The only family I had then were the kids and the grandkids. And I went from 12 years ago having a house filled with 22 kids and adults coming in and out, a massive group of friends and family down to Jesse, me, and the kids.
Yeah.
There's 13 kids, but I only have 2 underneath the household. The empty nest hit way before Avelina's out of the house, way before Nate's out of the house. I don't know what to do. And here I have to do what? I have to change again. And then we get up and we are nomads. So I'm consistently changing. So I feel that since that September day, I've done nothing but grow and change. And to the person who takes a look at me now and is going to judge me by my past, I'm not that fucking person anymore. And they can just go right tight, fuck themselves. And whatever fucking viewpoint that they have of me, that is not me anymore. I am sorry. If you want to sit down and talk about how great of a person I was and everything else, I was fucking amazing. I'm sure I was, but that person died. That person died. That person who gave everything, gave her all, could fix the world. I can't do that anymore. I'm sorry, my world broke. And I've got to pick up the pieces, and I've got to keep what I have, and I love what I have. And I see now why it happened. I see now why I was holding my son. I see the changes in his death, that the sheriff that's running for the county, or the person that's running for sheriff of the county, that my son died in, is changed his whole entire life that day. Yeah. That day he pulled into the driveway. All of a sudden he is a different officer. All of a sudden he's running for sheriff. He's focused on the mental health. He's focused on the kids. He changed his whole career path because of that one day. And something good's coming out of it, right? But I will never be that person. I'm not Susie Homemaker anymore. I don't make 3 meals a day. I don't bake every day. I don't have the perfect house cleaned and everything else like I used to have when I was married to my first one. That person died too. This is me. And I'm going to continue to change. I'm going to continue to be a better person. I'm going to continue to do what's right. I'm going to continue to get on my knees and pray every night. I'm going to continue to accept the fact that change is a necessity.
It is.
It's a necessity.
When I asked for help with paranormal, in a way I was stepping out of my comfort zone because that's all I ever knew. Did I like it? No. Did it make me do some things that I wouldn't have normally done? Yes. But when it comes right down to it, I was on a downhill slide. Huge. I had one foot in the grave and the other foot on a banana peel. And it was shit to get off the pot. And so I stepped out of that comfort zone, out of that circle, and I started working. And I found, it took a while, but I found the people that I needed. I found the medium that I needed that could actually see who the problem was.
Hi, it's me.
And she knew the correct people to send.
Yep.
That I would accept and allow that help from and then learn from. But that took a lot. When that man knocked on my door, I knew when he hit the edge of town. I knew when he pulled in my driveway. I knew when he walked up on my front porch and was out there smoking a cigarette. And I was just sitting here. Well, not right here, but on my couch. And I just got up and I walked over and I opened the door. He's getting ready to knock. And I wanted to knock his head off his body into the street. And he's like, "Hey, can I come in?" I'm like, "Open the door." Yeah. I took control that day. I took control over that thing taking control. I said, "Off." And I may have lost a lot of memory and everything else, but I'm getting it back every day. So I am thankful that I had the strength to instigate that change. Sometimes we not only have to accept, but we also have to instigate that change.
You know, and on that note, I understand, because how many people did I pick up the phone and call about my problem? How many people did I get shut down the second that I try to reach out for help with my problem, to try to change, because I knew that something needed to change and I knew that things needed to be done. And every person I reached out to either walked away from me, thought I was absolutely fucking crazy, thought I was insane. And I mean, it took 60 million back roads to get to you guys for me to say, "Hey, listen, this is my story. This is what I'm dealing with."
Yeah.
And the first things out of my mouth were, "I know this is going to sound fucking crazy."
Yeah.
And Keith was just like, "Give it to me." And at the end of a 4-hour conversation, he goes, "This is fucking crazy."
I did. I did. I literally said that.
And he was texting me going, "This is fucking crazy."
Right. Like,
I was. I'll be honest with you. I was, because I needed backup. I needed verification. I needed.
He goes,
He knows.
Is this sound plausible? And I said, well, you have to remember, anything and everything in the metaphysical is plausible at some point or junction in time. And I went, give me 2 seconds. Let me look into something. And I said, oh, I found something that sounded similar. And I went, absolutely.
And I had to look up my own story too.
Oh, shit, here we go.
I had to look at what I went through too. When I tell my story, people think I'm crazy. Mm-hmm. I am, but in a good way. But I got to hit something real quick. Yes, Z-Sun. Yes. The full moon energy is hitting hard and heavy. It is dual turbochargers. It's hit.
I have a theory. It's because fucking CERN is not on. So
I'm not even going to
have CERN.
Everything's changed.
Everything's changed with CERN, right? There's that. But now all these full moons, new moons,
new astrology
till 2030.
Hunter's moon, Buck's moon, the red blood moon, all of it, right? So in the time that CERN, because I said, like, I remember a time before CERN was made and turned on, and then I remember things, but I don't remember things being amplified as much. So things were changing, but now that CERN's off, what we came to adjust to as normal, now we're back to
what the
fuck?
We're back to
it's quiet.
Plus the astrology that's going on. All the outer planets are moving again. All the inner planets are getting to move again. Chiron is just going into retrograde, changing a sign. We got Barbo's basket. And he predicted this is going to happen in 2026 and there's going to be all this change. And he was dead on. I mean, it's crazy up there. You know, me and Joni hit on it on the last show. We'll probably hit it on next Monday. But it is nuts up there. And then you hit with the solar flares, which affects the electromagnetic energy around the Earth, the shield. And then the Schumann resonance spikes. It's normally 7.83 hertz. And it's been spiking whiteouts, blackouts when these solar flares hit. And then when the solar flares hit, we get earthquakes. And the eclipse next August 2nd of next year is going to be going right across Egypt and Spain. And we just had earthquakes over there today. It's going to get nuts, but hopefully in a good way. The Earth is releasing energy that has been pent up.
Or pent up or directed into a different location.
Yes.
And used for, come on, let's just say it, probably for nefarious reasons and things. You know, not you know what I mean? Nothing, nothing good probably.
Portals, mini black holes, blah, 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 blah.
You know, people disappearing, scientists ending up dead or missing, people unaliving themselves. There's been a lot of death, just saying. There's been a lot of freaking weird death,
Yes.
A lot of people coming out saying, hey, if you hear this, know that I did not go do this myself, therefore something else has happened.
And just remember, I'm gonna get on this bandwagon before. Fauci didn't unalive himself.
And I'm going to go say this. Tyler Robinson didn't unalive himself either. Because that's huge.
Because he just got put on watch for that.
Yeah.
Today.
And people might get upset. I'm just gonna say justice for Charlie. Sorry.
I'm good. But that's all change.
Mm-hmm.
All these people had Charlie to look up to, He spoke a good message. He did. And he went to these schools and talked to these kids and tried to put common sense into their heads. And I think some of them he did probably actually wake up.
Some, I think a lot.
A lot.
You know what I mean? I think it was, and I will say this because things were so copacetic for so long, and it was a powder keg. So change, like things needed to, you know what I mean? Like things needed to happen. Things needed to move. Cogs need to be placed in another place. Maybe a cog is removed there, and the belt is run backwards instead of forwards, or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's them fucking with CERN is a big thing in my eyes. A lot of things, both positive and negative, have come out of this thing. So that's why, when we're saying, the energy's staying longer. Is it supposed to stay longer than what it used to be? And because we interfered and started screwing around and then go find the God particle?
Mm-hmm.
Are we supposed to be touching this shit? No.
Were they trying to keep us from awakening and discovering our own abilities? And as you discover your own gifts and learn how to use them, what do? You incorporate change into your life. Yeah. Once you help yourself, you are therefore able to help others. And then those people are able to help others. They don't want that. They don't want us helping people. They want everybody at each other's throats. No, we don't need to do that.
They want everybody divided, pilled.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? That's what they want. They want everybody divided. Want families divided. They want friends divided. They want households divided. They want people black-pilled and just add to their own devices. Hi, Mama Newsom. You know what I mean? And in the process,
hey, welcome.
Like we've always said, and like you and Joni predicted, COVID backfired.
Yeah,
it's not
huge.
Going to happen, and then that's when I think they're like, oh shit, and that's why I think they're retooling CERN.
Well, and they're also, Mr. Fauci also stated, as he's giggling in an interview. Well, not only that, but the next pandemic will be a bioweapon. He said that out loud while giggling. The first one failed. It was supposed to do a lot more. It failed. So what do they got planned next? However, he ain't going to get it done because all of this truth has come out because of the astrology. Me and Joni have been talking about this for a long time. Be patient. The truth is coming out. It's going to come out. You're getting a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay, now it's going to be turbocharged, and shit, it was. Here's all this stuff. Well, we're going to get a lot more stuff. So be patient. We're not going to have to go through that again. They tried with the Hanta on the ship and everything else, and we're like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. And all of a sudden, it disappeared. Ebola, yeah, we're not doing that. It disappeared. Measles, yeah, that's you letting all these people in from south of the border. It's disappearing. We're waking up. We're understanding what they're doing.
I mean, the newest thing today is I can't quote. I mean, somebody may be able to go find it. I mean, I read it quickly. I mean, RFK Jr. came back and said, you guys know, like this whole new thing with the ticks. It's spiked protein.
Yeah, and Lyme disease came from Jekyll Island. They are proving that as we speak. They are proving it. It's a bioweapon.
Yep.
So we probably need to change our ways.
We have been. And that's the beautiful thing.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I love that comment. That's because that's what I've always said. COVID was all about getting us accustomed to being controlled. They tried and they failed.
As a world, as
they
a world.
tried and they failed.
You know, and what we have to realize that this wasn't on a, okay, this is just the US. It's not on the, okay, this was just Antarctica, right? No, this is the whole world. Everywhere they tried to do this. So, I mean, then we look at the New World Order, right? Like that's where I go with this, and the AI and everything else like that. Like some change is good, some change is bad. And what do you do if it's bad change, right? You gotta
figure it out.
You have to do the right thing. I don't care. You have to do the right thing. I don't trust AI. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I don't trust AI. Like, we're lucky to have one of these in the house. And one of these. I don't know. Change, though. Change is coming. There's a lot of change. There's a lot of change.
I'm sorry. I love the comment that was put up. I'm sorry.
I love that too. I was sure. Change, though. Change is just, we need to change and we need to wake up. And, you know, the whole reason why I wanted to do the show and change is because, you know, change is not a bad thing. Just not. You know?
No.
I just...
The country is changing. And it's changing for the better. It's changing for the better if we allow that change to happen. But there are many, many, many people in high places and dark places that are fighting that change because that means they lose control and they lose the money going into their pockets.
So I'm going to say this. God gave us one thing, and that is called free will. And there is more of me than there is of them. And if we stand as a human race, they won't succeed.
No.
You know, and I keep saying that about all the crazy stuff that I've seen happen in the past 10 years with this country and people around me. There is more me than there is of them. I am not going to let 5% of fucking population control the way that I think after thousands and thousands of years of development. I'm sorry. These belong here. That is what it is. And I'm not changing this. Right?
Yeah,
because that type of change is no good.
The LBGTQAD. I mean, they've got like 30 things.
We'll call them alphabet soup. You know, when you got the alphabet soup can and you opened it up and it was all the alphabet and you dumped it out, right? That's what you have is an alphabet soup. So, but there's more of us than there is of anybody else. And if we continue to keep our nose to the ground and we plug away at doing what we need to do to live right and be good people, if we hit our knees at night and we pray and we leave our burdens at the cross, then you know what's going to happen is all those burdens will be taken away and things will change. But we as a people need to stop fighting each other and fighting them. I mean, you just, and you do it by, that's right. I am that one sheep Jesus is looking for. I'm just saying. No,
and also too, by the way, I'm not the wolf in the sheep's clothing either.
That
some people think that I'm that too, but I'm not.
When we have to be the wolf, we are the wolf. We are not the wolf in sheep's clothing. We are the wolf.
You want to see me shape shift? I'll shape shift into that wolf for you. You know, but honestly, like when change is going to happen, it's happening in our astrology. It's happening in our frequencies. Like you said, we mentioned CERN today, and you know, ever since CERN shut down, my ears are not buzzing. I don't feel off balance.
My ears aren't buzzing. I'm not getting the vertigo as bad as I used to. I know when spirit's in the room, I get the vertigo because that's how I know, because the presence and the pressure. So there's that. But what I was getting is not
It's
nearly
better.
what I was getting. It was like crippling.
Mine's
Mhm.
better.
Like
It's deafening.
There's a reason.
The
well, and not only that, like literally, like I would tell people like my bones hurt, and it not, and they're like, what do you mean? I go literally like from the inside out. Like I said, it's literally like somebody's taking, like I go back in the day, like you had the prong that, you cut the ham with and you had the fork, that fork. It's like literally somebody has like cut
Hit
off
that bone.
hit the bone and cracked the bone and taking that fork, and it's like it's stirring up my bone marrow.
Digging out the marrow.
And digging out the marrow.
Yes.
And I said, and that's what it felt like for so long. So when I read that CERN was shut off, I went, is that why I'm not feeling the way that I'm feeling? And I was like, oh, okay. So I was making connections with things. Yep. But yeah. Just like, how do I put it? It's like what Jan's talking about so that people can maybe to help further out and understand. I think of Mr. X, right? Mr. X comes and puts the helmet on to go find everybody. And in that movie, when he puts that helmet on, they fucked with the helmet. They re-engineered it. And what he gets is like this high freak. That's what feedback. I hear.
It's feedback.
Feedback. Yeah. That's
exactly.
exactly.
Like when you walk up to sing karaoke and you hit that mic, it was.
See, and for me, and it was just static. All I could hear was it was like sitting down with the shout box all the time, having it go off, and you just you'd hear sweet tea, and it's so frustrating.
Well, we know what they were doing.
Yeah, we are their food source. Any negative energy, it's called loosh. And there are certain extraterrestrial / interdimensional beings that use that as a food source. So they want to cause more so they can keep eating.
I don't like the big
it's like the movie Monsters, Inc. All the scaring. Yeah, that's their food source. But all of a sudden they figured out, hey, look at how much energy is in being happy. There's so much more in being happy.
But you don't get that special, little ingredient if you don't have fear.
That right there.
Just
adrenaline. Just saying.
No, adrenal.
Yeah, and then there's you got a chrome bumper on your old truck.
There you go.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying there without saying the word.
And oh my God, I can't even talk about it on here. I can't because I'm just gonna go off and the fact that what was discovered, speaking of that gland and what they did to mice, with like no, you know what
How else were they going to make it so it was so close to a human as possible without actually testing it on a human?
Yeah. And I think timelines are also coming back together too.
Okay.
You know what? Shazam was played by Sinbad, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
And there was the cornucopia and the monocle.
Okay. And it's the Berenstein Bears. And we won't get into it.
Because we'll go all night. We will.
Yeah.
And we got to be polite and give Cindy some time for her show too.
Yes. Well, I got to go feed somebody who's sitting over here sending me messages of how I look from the living room because he's sitting there taking pictures of me, and he gets the most god awful pictures of me because I don't look like this. I look kind of like from his angle.
See. But Jen, I got to say one thing. You look so much better tonight that I've seen you for a while. I got to say that. You're almost glowing. And I appreciate it.
That house was almost killing her.
wouldn't be the first one.
Yeah, I get it.
Mhm.
Thank you for supporting me too, everybody. Thank you for supporting me.
Yes.
And I know that, you know, the past couple of weeks have been kind of rough on my end, and I've been, sorry, goldfish. He just threw one at one of them. I can't, you can't make this shit up. I'm gonna have to get a camera and I'm gonna have to like just point it. But almost all the rocks that Jesse moved over are now starting to slowly move their way back. The monocle is true. Mr. Peanut and Mr. Monopoly. So, and Tinkerbell was the ding.
Chippy peanut butter.
But no, thank you for supporting.
Buddy.
I know I become difficult in these times, and I need continued prayers for the family end of everything. Hopefully that my children can see that change is not a bad thing, that change is healthy.
Yep.
But sometimes we got to be almost put to rock bottom before we accept that change. And I had to be put in rock bottom / health basement. And there is a basement.
Oh, there's a basement. The basement has a basement.
Yes. And that's where I had to go during my dark night of the soul in order for me to see the light of what I needed to do, not only to help myself, but learn enough to help others. So I am, even though it almost took me out of this plane, I am thankful for it because it showed me I was strong enough to stay in this plane, and I'm going to stay in this plane and as long as I can, so that I can keep helping myself learn more, so that I can keep helping others more. And helping others can be overwhelming, and sometimes you need a break to fill your cup back up, and it is okay to say, hey, I don't have enough in me right now. Maybe you can talk to so-and-so and they can help you.
Yep.
Or maybe you need to go talk to a therapist, or maybe you need to get the meds that you've been on for years adjusted because you've made all these changes in your life and you've learned and you've released all this stuff. So you don't have what you used to have. Maybe that needs to change. That was a case of mine. She got her meds lowered and she's good.
Mm-hmm.
But there was fear. There's always fear in change, and that's okay. You can face everything and run, or
fight and stand.
What's the other one?
Or you can fight and stand.
Yeah. I might run for a little bit into my scorpion cave where it's dark, but then I'll be like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah, and sometimes and when fear and a lot of people will say this, fear has will creep its ugly head. Remember, not everything that's ugly and scary is bad.
Right.
No, because their angels are pretty ugly.
Yeah, and it's sometimes you need that fear to move your feet out of the quicksand or the quagmire, or
that's sucking you down,
blocks or whatever, how people want to say that. Sometimes the fear is pushing you to run and you're going, oh shit, I'm running because I'm scared. That's the natural reaction. That's why what I always say, I try to find some metaphysical meaning somewhere in it, so you have that one thing. So fear will move you.
Yes, it will.
And sometimes, and that's why I say fear and change, they're scary, but once you start moving and you see that the change is good, the fear kind of rolls off your back and disappears, doesn't it?
Yeah, and sometimes you have to make plans and preparations for the change that you need.
Yep.
You might not be in a safe situation.
Mhm.
Therefore, you need to have backup.
Mhm.
You need to have people that you can contact and
Mhm.
say, hey, I'm doing this now. Just saying.
Yeah.
You need to have some money put away somehow. You need to have transportation somehow. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but I'm talking to somebody right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're going to need to get out of that situation damn near now. So you need to secretly start looking at aspects and be very careful about who you trust. But you will find the one person that you can trust, and that person will help you get out of the situation that you are in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the truth.
Trust me, it happens.
Whew. Yeah, mad money. Yeah, that was the money that I used to stash in my billfold during my first marriage. I'd put money away to take my wife out or buy her something, and she'd find it and she'd get mad. So that's my mad money.
So
true story.
If anybody takes anything away from this evening, change is scary, but change is good.
It can be.
And just have to kind of like go with the flow.
Yes.
Be like water. Be like Bruce Lee. Be like water.
Yeah. What do you fill your cup up with if you're thirsty?
Wine. Oh, sorry.
No, that's valid. That is valid.
Never mind. Hopefully, Renee got that.
But you need to fill your own energetic cup. A wise man that has taught both of us, Renee, when you're a kid, you have a tea party, you have a little saucer and a little cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So fill your cup up until it runs over onto the saucer, and then help other people from the energy that's on the saucer, but keep your own cup full. And I am very bad at that.
Then again, like this is what I say to everybody. Isn't anybody that's a metaphysical being? There we go. There's a good word. They all have that issue. All of them do. Every last one of them. Even we'll go things out and say even the good ones, the ones that are what they say they are and what they do and what they really do. Even they have a hard time doing it.
Mm-hmm. And if a light worker says they only work with light, run. Because in order to understand the light, you have to understand the dark. You cannot work with one without.
That's fluffy, bunny, pagan Hollywood bullshit. Sorry. That's what I'm like. I'm not like this white little fluffy bunny. I'm sorry. I'm not going to just go off to the forest,
Love and light.
Love and light. Look at my love and light. No.
And as soon as they hop off of their live video feed, they're like, hey, my life sucks.
Because love and light. Yeah, no, I don't do that.
And that's the thing too. Also too, that's like somebody I guess needs to hear this too. You have to. It's a mindset. So like when you're in your season of life, like whatever it is right now, and you have to stop blaming the season of life for what you put yourself in.
Amen.
So if you put yourself in shit, don't then go blame the season of life. Going, oh my God, it's everything so bad. Well, did you?
Oh my God, I smell like shit.
I smell like
shit. Renee, I just went and rolled in the manure field, and I smell like shit.
But did you put? You see, like if you put yourself in it, then don't go blame the season that that you're in right now, because that season's probably is trying to teach you, like, hey, like you've got to wake up, smell the decaf, and like. You got to take something positive out of it. If you take all you do is just take the negative out of it. Oh, well, this season of my life sucks. Meaning, my kid, like all my kids are gone. I can't do anything. I can't do this. I can't do that. Oh, look at the house is falling apart. Like if all you're doing is
Thanks,
just living
Renee.
that negative change.
Thanks, Renee. Thanks for calling me out on my shit.
No, I'm not calling you out on your shit.
You know
But I'm just saying.
That season of my life was last week when my shower was filled with fucking septic shit, okay? And the toilet and the bathroom and the house is falling apart.
But you don't. But here's the thing, though. Yes, that happens. But see, you didn't stay in that and blame everything else around.
No, she didn't. She didn't.
You know what I mean? Like
she did so fucking well.
Well, you know.
With everything she had going on, she did so fucking well. Holding it together. I am proud. I'm proud of both of you. I'm proud of me. And I just have to hit on one thing real quick. Z-Son, when you fill your cup and it rolls over onto the saucer is moist.
I knew that was coming. I saw. Then you licked the saucer. Like
I want to address Sarah. I've changed my life around so many times, but I can't get used to it. Don't get used to it. It's going to change again.
You shouldn't get used to it because it's going to change no matter what.
Yep.
It's going to change until you look at it and you say, you know what, I'm not saying it's okay. It's changed, and I'm not saying that it's. Meaning it's I'll take this and I'll satisfy and I'll live with this, and and it's meh. You don't want that. You want a little bit above that, but sometimes you need to be in meh. So then universe, spirit, the divine, God, Buddha, whoever says, Confucius, comes and goes here, and then it gives you that little upgrade, but
But we have to accept the upgrade.
And things aren't meant, and you're not meant to stay stagnant anyway. You're meant to change. You're not. We're not designed that way. You know what I mean? Like we're not designed to like a lobster. Here we go with a Friends reference. Whatever. The only thing I could think of: lobsters mate for life. Raccoons mate for life. That's who they're stuck with. Like we're not meant to. We're not meant to change. We're not. That's not in our nature. That's not in our makeup. I think we're supposed to move and be involved with other people and experience the world and just make it a better place. Like
people come and go. People come and go.
Sarah, sometimes we have to take the rose-colored glasses off and we have to look at the situation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sometimes.
Or put new shit. Or I like my favorite thing is I have 2 pairs. I put these on when I need to work because I need to see. I can't see with these on.
Well, I'm gonna make the comment. Sometimes we need to put the rosy sunglasses on, and we need to see things from that perspective too.
Mm-hmm.
So we can take a break and learn.
So we can appreciate what we've seen. When you go through so much change, you need to look at who you were, where you came from, what you're doing. Were you doing better? Were you doing worse? What is it that you want to change? What is it you want to bring? So every time we have to do a major change in life, right, we need to pack what we need and we need to leave behind what we don't. So our baggage is minimum, right? And then you turn around and you then buy a new couch because you left your old one behind because there was not enough room, right? Sometimes that couch takes a week to come in. But it's there in my living room right now. You know what I mean?
And when you're talking about something Scouts related came in that I have to say because it makes perfect sense. I tell my kids, the first thing that you pack in your pack is your 10 essentials. Mm-hmm. That's your 10 essentials. Your 10 essentials are always what you need to survive.
Yes.
Everything else. Anything else and everything else you can find along the trail.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do not have your 10 essentials that, that's like water bottle, compass, light, but you also have to look at it this way. Those 10 essentials, a light is not always a light. I mean, figuratively, yes, is it a light? But there's other things that light then helps you with. So you are actually carrying more than 10 essentials with you in your toolbox.
I've got a couch thing. I got a couch thing. Okay. There's room enough for 3 people to sit on my couch. The 2 ends recline. And I change my living room twice a year. I switch my entertainment center over to this wall and my couch over to that wall. You're set up. That's all I can do. But when that happens, I switch to the other end of the house. So both ends of the couch, the cushions are very well broke in, but the center one is new. Someday, all 3 of those will be broke in because I will have somebody to help me break them in. And not like that. Not like that. You dirty birds. You dirty birds. But I actually...
You might tulip out of it.
I mean, actually, but... I mean, what I mean is I will have somebody to sit there with me on that couch. And I will choose to sit there with that person. I don't have to accept somebody that I'm not comfortable with for whatever reason. For whatever reason. But someday that's going to happen. And when that happens, I'm going to have to accept that change because there is going to be hair in the sink. There is going to be a dish left out. There's going to be this. There's going to be that. I have my quirks that I'm going to need to work on. I'm going to have to get used to their quirks. There's going to be some change that needs to happen in order for that to work out. So it's just a thing.
Yeah. Z-Sun, because you know what? He's never had a dirty bird on it.
Not on this one.
Yeah, slip balm for moisturizing. Yes. Yeah. So you don't get sun-chapped lips.
Actually, the couch is not a virgin. The truck is, though. Just saying.
Keith,
what?
Myra doesn't count.
What?
Myra doesn't count.
Myra.
My right hand does not count. Not my right hand, your right hand.
That's Rosie and her 5 friends.
And Louise doesn't count either. Myra.
Right.
Well, when you sit, when you sit on it and it gets all numb, then it's a complete stranger.
Yeah, I can have a threesome anytime I want, all by myself.
On that note,
somebody needed a giggle.
Yes, somebody needed a giggle. Yes.
You want to know what Keith's? You want to know what Keith's 10 essentials are? I'll tell you what Keith's 10 essentials are.
Oh boy!
Careful.
In the next 2 weeks, if you pay me $59.99 installments.
Here, sign up for Keith's OnlyFans page for $59.99. And you can find out Keith's 10 essentials. That
hey, I have
10
thought
essentials that will probably turn into 150.
I have actually thought about doing an OnlyFans of me, with my shirt off, just work on the house, mowing the yard, set the camera up. I just haven't had the testicular fortitude to do it, but I bet I could make a little bit of money.
I don't want to discuss it because I want to do a page that's Mechanics Gone Wild. And I've been wanting to do this, and I want to put Yessie on the front page of this. Okay, I want to take him when he's swinging his mallet to deal with a stuck pin, and he's just hammering away at it. Yeah, and it's a big pin and it's big hammer.
Oh, you got to hammer them big pins.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, I can sit in the background and go, oh yeah, swing that. Yeah, baby.
I'm actually a mechanic in a couple of different ways. Just saying.
Torque that for me. Torque it again. Let me see your fingers become a 10 millimeter. Right.
Tighten that nut, baby.
Anyway.
But is it a 1/4 inch at a time?
If he's only got a 1/4 inch at a time, there's a problem.
You definitely got a problem.
I've heard different stories, just saying.
You gotta take it slow.
I tried to tell him about mowing the lawn. I told him, and weeding the garden. I told him, and doing like the little odd job, like, changing the toilet paper, changing the paper towel, like
just do the dishes.
Doing the dishes, washing the window.
Bend over and snap while you're doing the dishes. Like, yeah, ladies.
Okay, doing the dishes has a totally different meaning to me and someone else. Just saying.
Yes. But for other ladies.
What?
Show me how you fold your clothes.
Better yet, are you a magician and can you fold the fitted sheet?
No.
Oh, then you're fucked. Never mind.
I can fold the fitted sheet. I am a witch, so I can do that.
When I wash my sheets, I take them off. I put them in the basket. I bring them downstairs. I put them in the washer. I take them out of the washer. I put them in the dryer. I take them out of the dryer and I take them right back upstairs and put them back on the bed. I do not fold the sheets.
See, that's hot in its own self. You don't want them up, throw them on the floor and sleep on a mattress. I mean, women go crazy for shit. Like men making a bed. Do you sweep your own floor? Show me how you become your own Roomba,
Scrub the floor, grasshopper.
Wax on.
Want you to wax on?
Wax off.
Wax off. Get on your hands and knees and scrub that floor. Fuck you. I'll even give you a toothbrush and a fucking butter knife for the cracks.
I even do windows.
See,
wait, I just had a visual. Carol Burnett, Mrs. Wiggins sharpening the pencil.
Just saying, people may give you. Yeah, that's why I say Keith's OnlyFans page, the 10 essentials.
Keith, were you that kid on the first day of school that had to show off his new shoes? So you went to the pencil sharpener first to show off your new outfit? Because you know what? That totally says I had new shoes on the first day of school. Look at me.
Anytime I had new shoes on the first day of school, people would walk up and stomp on them to mark them because I was the littlest kid in the class and I got picked on.
Maybe if you would have used those moves at the pencil sharpener.
Okay, we have, let's see, I don't know. This has taken a total change of direction.
And I have to go cook dinner. Okay. And it is 30 minutes past our hour mark, and Cindy has a show coming up.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Don't ask me what the name of the show is. That's Renee's job.
Becoming universally aligned.
Yes.
There we go. Oh, yes. Yes. Carol Burnett. Oh, my God. Yes.
Harvey Korman.
Yeah. Okay.
Red Skelton.
So I am going to love everybody where they're at.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you want to change or not.
Yep.
I love you where you're at.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for popping on and listening to us.
Right and rave.
Whatever it is we do, we get serious and then we laugh. And we get serious and we laugh. And we get serious and we laugh. That's because we need to teach, and everybody needs a giggle. So on that note, Renee, stick on a bit if you can, just after I shut it off.
Yeah.
Just Renee?
I was about to say, and Jan too, if you can. You finished my sentence. Woman.
Y'all see what I deal with these two? See what I deal with?
Hey, you too, man.
I am a woman. I'm proud. I'm a woman. Hear me roar.
Like I said, see what I deal with? Notice how I'm pointing my view, because I'm pointing up to them. See? Yeah, I have to deal with it. not easy. People think that it's easy. Oh yeah, it's easy.
And what?
Come to the dark side. I've got cookies.
It's easy, like trying to spread butter on a piece of bread after the butter's been in the refrigerator and the bread's really soft. That's Keith and I. I'm the firm butter. He's the soft bread.
Okay, we got to stop. Okay, so thank you, everybody.
I mean,
we do.
Yeah, so, yeah, great.
Okay, yeah, there's a reason for that. That's somebody coming through right there, just saying. All right, thank you, everybody. Join me. Yeah, join me.
You're having a hard time verbalization.
Yeah, it's the giggles. Joni and I next week as we discuss the astrology and what the fuck is going on up there.
What the fuck is going on?
And I attempt to help everybody get through it spiritually and physically. So thank you, and y'all have a good night. And I'm going to hit the damn end button. Good night.
Be safe.